I was 21 years old when two guys I lived with beat me to a pulp. I remember the taste of blood, my head bouncing off the hardwood floor. One guy held my arms back while the other continued to hit me in the face over and over. I remember staring at the ceiling thinking, my God, I might not make it out of this. But I did. And I broke free and I ran as fast as I could out the front door like Forrest Gump. And I found a payphone. Remember those? And I called my dad. I need your help. He didn't ask any questions. He just came. The next morning at my parents' house, I was sore, bruised, embarrassed. But what hit the hardest wasn't the pain. It was the shame. The shame of looking like a failure. The shame of knowing this wasn't just one bad night. You see, this started several years earlier when I was 14. That's when I started experimenting with drugs and alcohol. What started off as trying to fit in slowly turned into losing myself. Weekend fun became daily escape. Escape became identity. At 21 years old, I wasn't just hurt physically. I was disconnected. I had no purpose, no direction. A few days later, back at my parents' house, I found myself sitting in the same couch I had sat in as a child. The same carpet, the same family photos, the same living room where I used to stage epic battles with my superhero action figures. And in that moment, I felt something inside me come back online. And I got curious, so I walked upstairs to my old bedroom, and there it was, like a time capsule. Nothing removed, nothing erased. See, my dad, the hoarder, never throws anything away. In fact, he still has my radio flyer wagon in the garage. And in the closet were boxes full of sketchbooks and old art projects. So I grab one and I sit on the floor. And as I'm flipping through the pages, I see someone I haven't seen in years. The kid who used to draw for hours. The kid who exploded with curiosity. The kid who lit up with excitement when he was building something. And in that moment, something shifted. The beating was a trigger, but this was the spark. I wasn't broken. I had just drifted away from whom I'd always been. Somewhere along the way, I had traded purpose for comfort. That afternoon, sitting on the floor in my childhood bedroom, was the first time I chose differently. 2 weeks later, I enrolled in art school, and not because someone forced me, because I remembered who I was. And when we remember who we've always been, we choose change over comfort. Burnout, stress, self-doubt, they don't erase our spark. They just dim it. But that spark, it's still there. So if you feel disconnected or stuck, don't ask, what's wrong with me? Ask this instead. Who have I always been? And what would that look like to choose that person again? Because you don't need to be fixed. You just need to remember. And when you do, you don't just survive, you reignite.